Hello, good people, and good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Montez at Midday. Hope everyone is doing well on this Toss It Up Thursday edition of the show. The weather is very windy out today, so if you got natural hair, you already know what to do. But how we doing, good people? What's up with the good folk? How everybody doing today? We all doing good? All missions under control. All missions are under control for sure. All righty, all righty. I have high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Let's get in there for the real thing. Oh, this that foot rubbing weather right here. This is when you rub your partner's foot in bed. Get that foot rub going just right to warm you up. Give you that body heat that you need to conquer the day. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you said I do, congratulations to you. Congratulations. If you just moved in with someone on November 1st, and the first 2 weeks have been pretty damn good, and you're glad you made the right decision, there you go. There you go. There you go. But that roommate thing is coming back because it's so expensive to live the way you think you should live. Are you really living the way you should be living, or you living beyond your means? I think it comes a time we have to get real with ourselves. We want the good things in life. They make it seem easy and obtainable, but to maintain that shit, that's a whole different story for sure. All right, let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh for sure. All those things are very, very necessary. What's going on, my man Wally? Good friend of myself and the show, our buddy Wally. Wally, I shared his story on Facebook, a GoFundMe account. He was injured a few months ago. Got his story on there. If you can help out, be greatly appreciated. You can read it, you can share it, you can comment, or you can do a donation or do your part. But my man Wally, it's going to get better for you, my man. It's going to get better for you for sure. We're going to do what we can here for you here on the platforms of Montez at Midday and Who's to Blame the podcast, as well as D&D Don't Get Butthurt for sure. But it is Thursday, good people. And I hope everyone is having a good work day so far. So far, are you having a good work day so far? That is the key thing right there. That is the key thing for sure. So I'm back with the people, of the people, by the people, and for the people. But I came across something. We're going to discuss a few of them as we get this show underway. But if you're listening to us on Facebook, thank you so much. I do appreciate it for sure. Greatly, greatly appreciate it for sure. If you're on Facebook, what up? If you're on X, raise the roof. YouTubers, what up, good people? And those of you that have been following the TikTok, Dre Montez 63, appreciate it so much. Appreciate it. We're trying around here. We're trying. Got a little information to pass along to you as well. Did I put my notes in the right place? Did I put my notes in the right place? Okay. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. I'll let you know about a grand opening. All my coffee drinkers out there. Where you at? Coffee drinkers, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, okay. We got a new Starbucks opening by Forest Park at 301 De Bolivar Avenue. We got friends and family coming up Monday, November 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., offering you 40% off food and beverages, excluding merchandise. Again, Starbucks doing a friends and family opening on Monday, November 20th. Friends and family, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., 40% off food and beverage. So check them out the new Starbucks in Forest Park. Shout out to the GM, Miss Melody over there. Go on, girl. Do your thing. Do your thing, girl. Do your thing. There it is. There it is. May have a little bit more surprise concerning you on Starbucks a little later on today or possibly tomorrow on the show, but there's lots going on. Okay. We always talk about being positive, being in the right spot, whether it's your lifestyle, your life, your relationship, your finance. You just want to be in a positive mood to get that positive traction coming your way. But here's a question. Are you finding your place where you're at in order for you to be you? Say you're at a job and it's just something's not right. You like the job, you like what you're doing, you like who you work for, but you haven't found your place yet in the company that you work for. And it's kind of putting you in a somber mood or situation. Is that a lot of the reasons why people say the job is not, I like the job, but it's just getting to be a different way? How do we find our place in a job? Is it more of being yourself, the way you speak, the way you dress, your behavior at work? What helps you find your place in your level of employment? I think finding your place is doing something in that job that gives you that light, that gives you that creativity, that gives you that eagerness, that gives you that feeling of liking your job. There's no better feeling in the world than going somewhere to do a job, get paid for it, and you like it. That is an American dream to me. That is a life dream to me. Think about when you were younger and you came across people and you asked them about their day. And they would say the worst things about their job. "Oh, I hate this damn place. The only reason I work here is because these damn kids, or it pays the bills." But they were miserable. And I wanted to ever, was it just the job? Was it just the fact, the treatment at the job? Was it the fact they never found their place? Finding your place in your job. How do you guys do that? How do you find your place? First of all, it got to be something in that company you love to do, that you would like to do. But finding your place, I think that is definitely key out here in the world. And the way I got to that point, I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get into the show. But finding your place is good. And I think one of the procedures in finding your place, I think a self checklist must be done. I'm not saying you need to check off 10 things before you leave the house every day, but a self checklist should be done. Think about if you ever had a job and you operate a piece of machinery, or you drive somebody's truck or car, you're in transportation. There is a checklist that must be done. So why don't we make that applicable to our daily lifestyle, doing a self checklist as well? I think we've all been here, so to speak. We've been to a situation where we've spoke too soonly about something and it doesn't go the way we thought it would go. So now we're a little different on certain things, on who we share information with. It's a need to know basis, nobody's business. But there's something I think we all are doing and nobody knows about it. There's something that we all are working on right now. We're all are working on something right now, and nobody knows about it. We're keeping it to ourselves for obvious reasons. But I wonder, why do we do that? Is it the fear of rejection? Is it the fear of "I told you so"? Is it the fear of failure? Again, you're not necessarily the same thing. You're trying something, you're doing something nobody knows about, and it's kind of going in the right direction for you. Maybe in the next couple of months, you're going to share the something that you're doing that nobody knows about. But I find it very intriguing at our different stages of life, how we go through that, on doing things that nobody knows. How do we get to that point on holding it not a secret, but it's nobody's business until we get it to where we want to tell people about it or share people about it? I just find that very, very interesting. Have you ever been so mad you can't do anything but laugh? You can't cry, can't break nothing. You can't yell, you can't scream. You can just clench your fist, shake your head, and laugh. But at that same time, I think the mindset is really cycling through and capturing how we got to that moment. And at the same time, it's also giving ourselves reassurance that this will never happen again to us. If you've ever experienced that before. So mad, you can't do anything but laugh. There you go, folks. How we doing? But welcome to another action-packed episode of Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. And I hope all of you are doing well. Hello, mom and dad. My only sis, what up? My brothers out there and the Dre Six, what up? What up? It's almost that time. Thanksgiving. Turkey time. Skanksgiving. The apology. Who got to apologize to a family member this Thanksgiving based on your behavior last year? Who owe a relative an apology? Better get it off this Thanksgiving. We're not eating, we're not breaking bread till we get that taken care of. All right, here we go. The work you put out. These are mostly for my artists out there. The work you putting out there. And the reason I talk about this, Andre 3000 did an interview, and it's in GQ magazine. His new sound, no bars, it's the whole nine, and the whole Andre 3000, Outcast, Andre Benjamin. The whole thing about him is just mind blowing to me. But he said something that made me, as an artist, and I hear this a lot from my musician fans and my artistic fans out here that are getting it in and getting their music out there, getting their vocals out there, getting their beats, just doing what they can to get what they're doing out there for the people. And we're going to keep it on that same spirit right there. But the work you're putting out there, who is it for? Who's it for? That song you're recording right now. That song you played last night at open mic night. That jam session you're doing this afternoon. You already got your set ready. Who are you playing? Who are you putting out this work there for? Who is it for? The work you put out there, who is it for? I guess a better way I could question this for sure. What's up, Mickey, my brother from the state of Washington? How you doing, boss? I guess the best way I can put this, is it selfish to put out there what you want to put out there? I'm going to say it again. Is it selfish for you to put out there what you want to put out there instead of putting out there what you think people want you to put out there? And I think that's the transparency that we have with artists today. They're listening to both sides and forget about the numero uno thing, them to be happy. When you're trying to appease the hearts and minds of other people, strangers that you met through clickbait, no real personal connection, and you get to read everything they're saying, whether positive, negative, or constructive criticism, whatever it may be. Now you've fallen into that pot, that bowl of now you're going to let them control the narrative and the content that you're putting out there. Other than in the beginning, if you put what you want to put out there, I think it could be a different skill set. And listening to the way Andre Benjamin, Andre 3000 broke it down to his purest form, I understand that wholeheartedly. I think a lot of people that made the jump from television to radio, from television radio to podcasting, all had their reasons of putting their true self out there, being their true self. You know, covering a story that's not something you want to cover the way it needs to be covered. When you get it to do the way you want it to do it, that way you're putting your story out there the way you want the story to be shared. And I can get why artists are like that nowadays, especially in the music sense, of putting the true craft and ownmanship of your own music. Because we already know how the music world is. It can be very tricky, very degrading, and very depressing if it's gone about the wrong way. And you keep hearing all these independent artists out there that is sharing these same stories right here, putting their true work out there. Between San Fran, St. Louis, Memphis, and Austin, Texas, that's why I'm hearing they're getting that true bug and that plug of putting your own thing out there for sure. There we are, good people. Firings are a part of life. You're going to get fired from a job. You're going to get a job you shouldn't get. You're going to get a job you're overqualified for and a job you're not even qualified for. It's a part of life. But in sports, when there's a firing out there, when there's a job vacancy in the sports world, I wonder what they're thinking about. Are they getting somebody in here just to fill a void? Or are they getting somebody in here with a purpose, an idea, and a plan? Or are they finding the right piece that really belongs? What goes into finding that coach for you? The immediate impact at the coach across the board in sports. Can hockey really go out and hire a hockey coach that can turn a franchise around in 1 year? Not players, just the coach. Can the coach come in there and do what he needs to do in 1 year in hockey. I think hockey need players involved too when there's a head coach involved, a new coach coming in. NBA kind of falls up under the same parameters there because you're getting in to take care of other people's kids. You got to get them to understand your rules and regulations, your policies and procedures, your game plan, your philosophy. If they're going to breed into it, or they're going to go home and tell their daddy that they knew daddy yelling at them. I think the NBA could be a little trying too. You're going to need some key players as well. The NFL, I don't think the head coach can be that impactful. You're going to need some help with some players and some positional coaches as well. Major League Baseball. I think baseball, to me, is the sport where a coach can come in, not players, a coach can come in and be that impactful, that immediate, and turn a baseball franchise around in one season. I think baseball is a sport that you can really turn it around in one season. Those other ones, you need players, you need the right group of coaches with you. But I think in baseball, you get the right impactful coach in there, they can do some great things in that clubhouse. With the players they have, I'm not talking about bringing a coach and 3 players with him. Now, throughout the season, there will be some trades, some risky acquisitions done and things of that nature in free agency. But far as coming in, just the coach, no, we're going to need a player here. We're going to need that dude, where we at on the draft board. All those things must work in sync for it to work. So the search for the right coach, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you got to find a coach, you know his tendencies. What is the responsibility? Can I bring a squad with me? Can I bring a whole coaching crew with me like Nick Saban did with Cleveland Browns back in the day? Now, if you can bring your whole coaching crew in with you, okay, I like that because you've all have some type of a bond together. You feed off each other. You yin and yang the conversation. It feels like you're the same person in each group of designated practice areas on the fields, the skill position players at coaching. You're all over the place. That's you talking to him no matter what. And a lot of football organizations don't have that. We sit at the collegiate level, more of the Power 5 schools than them lower ones. But baseball, I think, is the one where I think a manager can come in right away and make some drastic changes and be impactful in getting dubs, getting to the postseason, or that overall dream of winning the World Series. We're there for sure. All right, so we've talked about the work you put out. Who was it for? Impactful, immediate impactful hire at the coaching position. I think Major League Baseball is the leading go-getter. And before we take a break here, the panic button in sports. When do you think we ought to hit it? When? Is it a key loss, meaning a game? A key player injury for the season, players out for the year, with franchises down. Let's hit the panic button. Consecutive losses. Okay. What else could be a reason to hit the panic button? The win-loss situation. You're not where everybody has a projectile goal in each sport, in the locker room. Somewhere in that room, there's a projectile list on where they are projecting this team to be at. Some mark it, they eye it, but they track it some kind of way. However they do it, whatever it may be. In the sales world out there, your goal this quarter is $370,000 this quarter. On the chart, it's letting you know where you're at. So everybody has projectile goals, okay? But when do we hit the panic button? When? Like here this past baseball season with the St. Louis Cardinals. Did we ever hit the panic button? We hit the hope button because we knew this ball club can do magical things after the All-Star break. We tried to get the clutch going. We tried to get the right petrol in the car, but we just couldn't get it to go. In football, I think we're there. Week 10, week 11, you pretty much know if we got to hit the button or not. Are we going to get out of this thing? Are we going to survive this thing when it comes to this regular season? Money-wise, how we looking? Are we under the cap? We over the cap? What we working with? I got to talk to my financial planner now. to figure this thing out. NBA, there's so many NBA teams right now that want to hit the panic button. We're not even a whole 2 months into the season yet. I think maybe the jibber jabber in the NBA has to be the in-season tournament. Mass hysteria and confusion, but it's going the way I think some would like it to go. But when would you, if you're a fan of football, your particular team, what must they do for you to hit the panic button? College or pro? NBA, college basketball, hockey. What must the Blues do for the Blues need to hit the panic button? I'm panicking. I'm hitting the button. I'm hitting the button. I've hit the button twice this year as a Denver Bronco fan. I've hit the button twice as a Florida football Gator fan. I'm not seeing that consistency. I'm not seeing that proud moment of being a Bronco or a Gator. I see people out there just running around. Not a clue. We got to fix that up real fast. It is what I like to call Toss It Up Thursday or Throwback Thursday, depending on what area of town you're in. Well, here in the South City area, it is very windy today. Natural hair alert. Hold your hat tight, baby. It's on the way. I'm going to take a short break here. A word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Be right back with more Montez at Midday.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, good people, and welcome back and good afternoon to you. How we doing, good folks? Shout out to the good people. Tess and the counselor having a great time. Love the pictures, guys. Have a great time. Shout out to the Boiler Man. Shout out to the Boiler Man. And my man, Charlie. Charlie, my man. Raiders. Congratulations, boss. Congratulations to you as well. If you just tuned in a little late, I'm going to tell you about some good tasting coffee experience we got coming at Forest Park next Monday on November 20th. Friends and family from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 40% off food and beverage, excluding merchandise, at the new Starbucks at 301 de Bolivar Avenue, for sure. And I tell you what's going on tomorrow night in the Soulard area at 9th Street Deli at Howard's. They got comedy. They got comedy, people. Doors open up at 8 p.m. And guess what? It's free. It's free. Stop on by in Soulard at 9th Street Deli at Howard's for comedy night. Also got the Wood Shack. They got live music. The Wood Shack is in Soulard as well. Check out their new location. They got live music on Saturday and Sunday. There you are for sure. So we're telling you something to do. And don't forget, it's almost that time. You got to do some nice things for people. You know, you got to do something for your partner. You know, keep the spirits nice around the house. Check out Siegfried's Leather and Lingerie, located at 6839 Gravois. Get something for you or her or the both of you. You never know. Keep that spice going as well. Please do yourself a favor and check out the website, www.dremontez.com. Hit that sponsor link with Christmas coming up. You never know. You may find the right stocking stuffer for the loved one of your choice as well. All right, folks, we talked about the work put out, who was it for? Immediate impact at the coaching position, I think, of all four major sports. Major League Baseball is the one that has my vote. When do you hit the panic button in sports? What must happen? All right, here we are. I think through YouTube, TikTok, Etsy, in these different segments on morning talk shows, has really got people outside of their box of learning something new. Are you learning something new that's outside of your box? Being outside of our box sometimes makes us feel uneasy, uncomfortable, insecure. But at some point, I think those are good signs and good things to go through. Unfamiliar territory, but you're learning something along the way, a different skill set, different mindset, different hobby that could possibly turn into a career. But the thought process and even the act of trying something new that you possibly never thought you would try makes you feel uneasy though. But at the same time, it makes you feel good because you're going forward with this. You haven't given up. It's not as easy as you thought. Hell, nothing is when you're trying something new and outside of the box. And then the information that you find out about it, the more and more you keep doing it, you get to that wow factor. You get to that, wow, I didn't know that. Well, holy Toledo. Then you use those old school words like holy G Willikers. It's one of my favorite old school words. But outside of the box of learning something new, please share your story if you're learning something new out there. And in a way, yes, it's uncomfortable. But in a way, it's giving you another level of self-esteem and confidence of learning something new outside of your box. It's almost turkey time. We're 1 week away. 1 week away. 1 week away. People coming to town. People that don't look the same staying in your house. Boy, you grew up fast. What? Who are you again? What's your mama name again now, baby? Where that boy at? That your baby? That baby done got big. But over Thanksgiving, here's what we must come to. A clear understanding. Time to eat. What time is Thanksgiving? What time should Thanksgiving dinner be? What's an acceptable time for my football fans out there, for my people that just want to sit around the family and play Monopoly and spades? What is the appropriate time for Thanksgiving dinner? I've seen people say 11:30, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2:30 for Thanksgiving dinner. For Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner, I think, should be at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. I think that's enough time to do whatever, visit people, appetizers, dessert, get you a little bit before you start the day, smoke your trees up so the appetite right. But I like the 5 p.m. Now, if you're going to multiple houses, it gets kind of hard. You don't want to be rude and leave right after grace. You don't want to be rude and miss grace. You want to get that like right before the table about to rotate. You got that one relative that all they good for is one plate. Now, us Thanksgiving eaters that have 3-4 plates and we take one with us, we're different. We can eat outside. We can eat on the steps. We can get it in, get it over with. But I want to know, what is the appropriate time that you think we should use the phrase time to eat? Don't forget we got football on now. Got to get that football in. Got to get that in. Speaking of football, tonight we got Thursday night football. The Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Baltimore Ravens have shown me, after I watched that Cleveland Browns game again, their defense is atrocious. They cannot hold the lead late in the game. They led the game every game except one game this year, going into the fourth quarter. Every game but one. It is just, how does that? There has to be some type of a breakdown or an injury we don't know about, or miscommunication, because we know the Wi-Fi is horrific in the NFL. We've heard horrible stories about the NFL. I didn't hear the whole play and this and that nature. These are not excuses. These are things that have happened right in front of us. Look what happened with the Cincinnati Bengals last week. Who saw that coming? Huh? We had Joe Burrow, Lamar Action Jackson way up here before the season started. Way up here. Now, they all coming back down to earth. If you think about it, the Baltimore Ravens should be undefeated, okay? Think about it, okay? They should be undefeated. Look at each game they played this year. and tell me the Ravens shouldn't be undefeated. Tell me about it. Cincinnati is in their own way. Arrogant. They're in their own way. They're their biggest enemy. Cincinnati Bengals are in their own way. And until they figure it out, they're going to continue to have problems like that. I thought the offensive line did good the past 2 games, but I'm seeing that little level of concern again, especially on the left side, especially on that side. I'm going to pay attention to that tonight. They're projecting that both quarterbacks combined can throw over 500 yards. Both quarterbacks combined are going to throw over 5 touchdowns. I don't know. $100 bet to only win $115. That's not good math. That's not good math. But I'm going with the Ravens to win this game. I'm the Ravens to win this game. I think they're a little angry for the way they lost that game last week to Cleveland, and then it comes out that Deshaun Watson is out for the year. And you can actually see in that game when he got hurt, but he stayed in the game, and he made some hellified plays and gutsy plays and throws as well. I'm going to take one last break and come back and talk about what the hell is going on in the NBA. Word from my sponsor. Be right back.
St. Louis, are you suffering from depression? Our advanced mental health treatments offer support to those facing depression. Supported by science and over 1 million treatments administered, a countless number of lives have been revitalized with our newfound healing process. Because your well-being matters, we have 2 convenient St. Louis locations dedicated to your transformative pursuit of mental wellness. We understand the importance of informed decisions. Research, discover, and take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Visit palmiertms.com to uncover more about our non-drug treatment for depression, covered by all major insurance plans. Let us stand by your side on this journey towards mental wellness. Contact us today.
All right, good folks, and good afternoon to you. Hope all is going well for you. If you're just tuning in, don't forget this Saturday and Sunday at the Wood Shack in Soulard. They have live music. Also, tomorrow night at 9th Street Deli at Howard's, they got live comedy. Free to get in, starting at 8 p.m. at 9th Street Deli at Howard's in Soulard. Also, coming up Monday, November 20th, friends and family from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Show up at 301 de Bolivar Avenue. New Starbucks is opening up, 40% off food and beverage, excluding merchandise. So see you there. Be there Monday. Friends and family, November 20th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friends and family, 301 de Bolivar, Starbucks. Woo-hoo! I'm intrigued by the way people order their stuff at Starbucks. I can watch that all day. The way people come in, them professionals, the way they order their coffee and their food. You don't know what they're saying. Like they own their own language, their own communication factor out there. Like T9 back in text messaging days. You're a T9 text. You just keep your hand going, do all that. Interesting how they do that. Get a taste of that. And if I have more Starbucks news, I would definitely share it with you. If something goes the way I want it to go, I'm going to share it with you and let you know. I definitely see you on Monday for sure. All right. Putting out there what you want to put out there. Who is it for? Immediate impact at the coaching position in sports, I think, is Major League Baseball. When do you think the panic button should be hit in sports for your particular team that you root for? Outside of your box of learning something new, okay? And what time is it to eat next Thursday? What time should Thanksgiving be to you? What time should the family sit down and eat Thanksgiving dinner? What's time for you? Thursday night football, and now we got the Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Axon Jackson against Joe Cool Burrow tonight. Give me the Ravens. All right. It's starting again. I'm starting to see a pattern here. NBA hot tempers. Why are they so angry? Everything was fine until that damn idea of an in-game tournament came out, and tempers have been flaring ever since then, since the very first matchup. I'm not talking about the ones right in front of us. Watch what's going on the bench when a player trying to come into the game or a player trying to throw the ball in from the side. Just look at the beef that's going on in the NBA. Now, I don't know who, is it Joe Dumars? I think Joe Dumars is the disciplinarian of the NBA. I think he needs to get all team captains, the union president, and player president. Get them all together and let's figure out what's going on. Why is everyone so angry playing basketball in the NBA this early in the season? They act like it's the damn playoffs. They all act like they watch the Lakers docuseries on Max Showtime. They act like they watch that about the Lakers dynasty. Because these tempers are flaring, the pushing, the trash talking. I mean, they going too far with the trash talking. You know, they're insulting each other. There's somebody's child at the game. Okay, you brought a baby in a bar. But these NBA tempers, man, they are. I don't want to see another Malice at the Palace. I don't think that needs to even come remotely close to that. But these referees are letting the trash talking go too far. I never thought I would say this, but we need to up the ante on the text. Boom. Let's go. We're here to play basketball. We're here to play basketball. All that other shit need to cease. This is not NBA Street. This is the NBA. And the way they have been showing out in these games, we're missing the great part of the basketball game. This young talent that's eager to play the game of basketball, that are trying to become a household name, that are trying to get you to say, look at this. I've been working on something in the offseason, but you can't see it. They don't want to talk about it because the fights are bringing more attention than the damn game and the level of competition. We know the star's not going to play every night. We know about load management. We know this. We get what Adam Silver said. We're going to find teams. I get it. I like the in-season tournament to give fans a little bit more of basketball, to give the players a little bit more to play for, because we know there's something that needs to be going on about the All-Star game weekend. That's still not settling right with folks. I don't think we have not one proper All-Star game in all four major sports that everybody's happy about seeing. Nobody wants to see the baseball All-Star game. They bitch about that. They bitching about the hockey All-Star weekend. They bitching about the NFL Pro Bowl, whatever the fuck that is. And they bitching about the NBA All-Star game. What? Should we just get rid of All-Star games altogether and just worry about the regular season, the in-game tournaments and championships and all that? I'm down with it. I'm down with it. But these NBA hot tempers, players, as a fan of the sport, it's not looking good. You know, it was different in the 70s and 80s and 90s when players got into it. But today, you guys are not tough enough for that. You're not about that life. It may be 3% of NBA players that are about that life. About that life. The rest, show and tell. Show and tell. So NBA players, let's get back to playing basketball. Let's get back to showing the game off. Let's get back to having fun. NBA is fantastic, for sure. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into the show today. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor for chatting with you here on this Toss It Up Thursday, a Throwback Thursday, however you want to put it. But thank you. And again, don't forget to appreciate the details of the day, great people. And tomorrow on Friday show, Fist Bump Friday, I got some track news for you from my man Alex at the track over in Collinsville at the FanDuel Fairmont track. Because Saturday is the last race. So tomorrow, I'll be telling you all about what's going on Saturday over at the track. Until next time, peace. I'll holler at you. And don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. Peace, and we out.